You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Wednesday, May 20th. I'd like to share some thoughts about global investors. 3 structural stories today for institutional portfolios with Korea exposure. First, President Trump pulled back from a planned strike on Iran 1 day before launch. The Saudi, Emirati, and Qatari leaders intervened. But the negotiating gap is wide. The US proposed a 25-year ban on Iranian uranium enrichment, then backed off to 20 years. Iran rejected both. Iran is using the ceasefire to refurbish missile bases, and Iran has just introduced Bitcoin-denominated maritime insurance for Hormuz transit, a meaningful sanctions evasion innovation. The strike postponement is tactical, not structural. Hormuz risk should be treated as a continuing premium, not a transient event. For Korean equities, sustained Brent above current levels keeps pressure on input cost-sensitive sectors and on the won. Second, China's CXMT. The company reported Q1 revenue of 11.1 trillion won, about $7.7 billion, up 719% year-on-year. Parent attributable net profit up 1,688%. CXMT is now the world's 4th largest DRAM producer at 7.67% global share. Their pricing is 15 to 20% below Samsung and SK Hynix in commodity DRAM. And here is the leading indicator. HP and Dell are running quality tests on CXMT chips. Once major US OEMs accept CXMT into commodity specifications, the price differential becomes structural pricing pressure, not promotional. Korean memory revenue benefits from the current price surge in the near term. But the gross margin compression risk grows as CXMT scales DDR5 capacity through 2027. Third, the Fed. US 30-year mortgage rates hit 6.49%, the highest in 8 months. Treasury 30-year yields are above 5.1%. And Kevin Warsh will be inaugurated as Fed chair at the White House on May 22nd under President Trump's chairmanship. This is the first such ceremony since Alan Greenspan in 1987, 39 years ago. The optics frame Warsh as politically aligned with the administration, which is a fundamental shift from the institutional norm of Fed independence. The bond market is pricing 0% probability of a rate cut in 2026 and 47% probability of a hike. For Korean equities held with US dollar funding costs, the carry math has gotten meaningfully worse. 3 quick mentions. The Musk versus OpenAI verdict clears the IPO path. Korean startup Nuna launched an AI OS phone at Stanford. And NextRise 2026 in Seoul next month brings OpenAI and Palantir for the first time. Watch May 22nd for Warsh's first remarks as Fed chair, and late July for Samsung and SK Hynix Q2 earnings against CXMT's scaling. That's today's AI Prism, Global Investors. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Wan Ifra award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.